What's going on? My name's Amy. I'm a beginner 6-month day trader, and I just started yesterday a new experiment where I'm doing 20 trades like Ross Cameron. Now, full disclosure, there's some things I'm modifying to best fit my own personal situation and being new and I'm not following to the T because the way he trades and the way he actually teaches is slightly different because of course he's operating at a very high level. So I'm not, oblivious to the fact that he's got 20 some years experience, day trades live every day with students and whatnot. And I'm coming in at 6 months. So just want to put that out there. I appreciate the comments and people sharing, like if you're part of his community, the Warrior Trading. And I'm definitely looking to do his 14-day trial. I kind of just wanted to see, what could I really get from trading like him by applying what I've learned on YouTube and from his free book. I think it's called How to Day Trade, The Plain Truth. So if you guys are interested also in any of the day trading resources I've mentioned on this channel, like things that have helped me and I've learned from, feel free to check out my day trading resources down below. It is a working live Google document. So even if you've already signed up for it, go back and check to see if I've added new things, because I do. And I'm actually going to be adding what I call the best of Ross, and just specific videos that I found that help me to trade better like him, when he's talking technical indicators, candlestick charts, patterns, things like that. It really helped me a lot, I'll say, trading today being Tuesday, to have just watched one of his technical indicator videos. He literally had just published like that day, so yesterday being Monday. And just to kind of have that like in my mind, watching that like over an hour video and, just taking notes, and I had like my little journal, like adding some things. That really helped me today to look at the charts. By the way, I started trading in the pre-market. So initially I was kind of on the fence about trading pre-market because I'm new and I've been using a stop loss, and I'm like, oh, this is, it definitely exposes you to more risk, but I also knew it would be buying very small position sizes. So I've kind of settled right now just buying like 5 shares of whatever stock I'm going to jump into. And according to Ross's strategy, it's going to be priced between $2 and $20. So by no means am I using much capital, and I'm not expecting any windfalls, if I have a winning trade. So today was a cool day. So yesterday I talked about changing the language around winning days versus losing days, and instead saying losing days were learning days and winning days were cool days. So that, I feel like when you talk about this stuff, sometimes if your language is of a certain mentality, there's like an emotion behind that. And it's, just to be real, it's not the most fun thing to come on here and be like, yep, it was another losing day, right? Because it like, even though I know I'm learning, it's not building any confidence, right? To have like back-to-back days like that. So today being a cool day, it was a small profit, okay, very small profit. And I'll break down, how my morning went and what I traded, and just, kind of the game plan, if you will, of what today was supposed to be like and what it actually was. So first things first, I was watching about 5 different stocks on the scanner channel on YouTube called Zendoo, Zendoo. I'm going to add a link to that on my day trading resources. I'll be doing that after this video. And there was really just like 5. I started trading, by the way, I set the charts at 5 a.m. my time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern. So I realized that Ross starts, I think, around 7 a.m. Eastern, which is 4 a.m. my time. I got up at 4 a.m. I did not feel cognitively awake enough to start trading right away. So I let myself do my little morning routine, do some reading, drink a little energy drink, and kind of like ease into it, because previously I have been trading like the open and the first 2 hours after that. So this is a big time shift for me in terms of like this brain working at those hours, okay? So, yeah, some of the stuff I was looking at, let's see, I thought I wrote this down. Oh yeah, I was looking at MRIN, I think was the ticker, FOXO, AREB. There was a couple of earlier ones and I was like kind of waiting for them to play out, and they'd kind of already made their moves at that like 4 a.m. for me time. And I'm like, okay, noted, not to say there's not going to be something to look at here. So I just kept watching and watching it for like an hour straight. Like on the charts, like dialed in, and I forget exactly what time it was. It was definitely still pre-market, but I tried to get into, I think it was FOXO at the time, and I would put the order through on Thinkorswim. And by the way, now I'm using the buttons. I don't know if you guys can see right behind me. I'm like literally pointing at, there's a red button there, there's a green button there. I set it up where the buttons would auto send, so the little checkbox immediately, like if you hit buy the ask, it's supposed to right away go through, no delay, no confirmation window. And there was 2 times this happened, and I was like misinformed about what actually happened. So what I tried to do was I tried to buy the ask for 5 shares, and the order just doesn't go through. And I'm like, what's going on? So I realized I had been skipped, and I didn't want to get in as the candle's surging, and who knows what price would get filled at, right? If I got skipped and then eventually it comes back down or something. So I went in and I canceled the order. And then it happened to me again. And I'm like, Thinkorswim, like, what the heck is going on? Am I just really slow to jump on this or something? Like, I just thought maybe they were having issues with like order fills or something. It appeared to me that the volume and the float was, totally within parameters. It wasn't like it was a thinly traded stock. But then it dawned on me after the second time this happens, where I tried to jump in, and again, would have been a good scalp trade, but it didn't go through. And I canceled it, and I'm like, wait a minute. So I get on ChatGPT, and I'm like, if I'm using this like window box over here, right? Do I have to set the time in force? Or is it automatically set for its pre-market hours? It should know that it's pre-market. Yeah, no. So what had happened was I didn't even have the time and force button on the display. You literally, this is how annoying Thinkorswim is, by the way. You literally have to go into your settings, add the button, TIF, and then you have to change it on the drop down. So after you change it once, it sits there and it's like set to good till canceled plus extended. So that means until you cancel this order, it's in effect, and it's available during regular trading hours and extended hours. So that was the reason why I wasn't getting filled, because I thought for a minute, do I need to buy a limit order here? Like, 'cause I'm buying on the ask and I'm not getting filled. And I was actually going to do that on one of the orders, and I'm glad I didn't because the chart turned against me. So it was good. But anyways, those glitches happened somewhere between the first hour and 10 minutes of my trading morning. And I was like, okay, missed a couple of trades. We're not going to focus on that. We're moving on. And then it seemed like whatever else was moving at that point, 10% gains on the day or what have you, following Ross's trading strategy, that it just, things had already made their move and things were stuck in consolidation. So I was kind of waiting for those bull flag patterns to have a breakout. And I'm scanning the stocks, I'm looking at Zendu, and it's just like kind of a wait and see game. And then it was like right before the open, and I said, I'm not going to jump into something 5 minutes before the opening bell. So I'll wait. And I had 2 things on my Robinhood charts over here. I had FOXO and I had AREB. Looking at the MACD, looking at the consolidation and, kind of what was already happening in pre-market at that time, I decided AREB looked like the safer choice because FOXO at that point was kind of like, it looked like it was just sort of down and not really looking healthy. So the opening bell goes off. On Thinkorswim, it's like ding, 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 right? I'm watching AREB and I was like, let's just go with probabilities here. This has been a strong stock. I know people have, made good money the last few days on it. And I had this sort of like the opening bell is going to cause a surge. I'm going to ride that surge and I'm going to get what I can get and get out. And that's what I did. So this 2-second scalp trade, I mean, literally, like I'm testing my buttons over here. This was like a trial run too of using this way of trading, because I'm used to using bracket orders, like one cancel the other, have 3 orders in one. And I'm like, okay, we're just gonna use the buttons. Like, that's it. So I hit buy ask and I'm immediately filled. Woohoo. Now at this point it's day. So the time of force, was the market hours, but I'm watching and the candle's shooting up and I'm trying to show you guys here. Like basically, okay, so the open, this candle, right? Like I think I get in like 388. So I'm like in here. And I immediately go green and I'm like, get in, get green, get out. And I know I'm only in for 5 shares on this, $3.88 a share stock. So as soon as I saw it was green, I was like, the typical pop and drop that's been happening at the opening bell for many stocks is probably going to occur. And instead of holding, I really just wanted to kind of test execution and get in quick, get green, get out quick. I wasn't really worried about what that gain might be. And I think when I hit sell market, I'm using, the buttons over here. I think it went from, I was like a P&L profit of like 30 cents. By the time it actually fills it, it closes out the trade for 13-cent profit. Woohoo, and I'm out like here, like, like this topping tail here with a red candle. I could have rode it, like, clearly I just, was like trigger happy, like, let's just get in and get out. But it ended up surging on the next 1-minute candle, which I was watching the 10-second chart. I should probably be clear about that. I was watching the 10-second and the 1 minute, like how Ross trades. And in fact, he's got like 4 different time frames. But I had 10-second and a 1 minute. And based on the 10-second movement and knowing the pop and drop, I was just like, get what you can get, Amy, and get out. So, I mean, literally, buy, ask, and sell market probably occurred in a matter of 2 seconds. Like, I was very quick. Now, thankfully, Thinkorswim was executing properly. Everything went well there. It was user error for the earlier trades this morning in pre-market. So lessons learned. So yay, 4 cents per share profit. 3 cents. And, I put a little note here too that the stock during that first minute of the open, it was like, it was choppy. It wasn't this nice, beautiful, bullish engulfing candle or anything. And that was one of the reasons I sold very quickly. Like, yeah, if I had waited out 1 to 2 minutes, I could have maybe got that pop to like 410 or whatever. But again, I was just trying to focus on, let's get a couple of like wins, like micro wins here and build the confidence. And yes, we have a whopping 13-cent profit. Amazing, right? No. And again, just buying 5 shares of a under $4 stock. So I was not even focused on the money. Like really this trade was kind of just like, let's practice with these keys and let's, get in and get out. Like, let's just see if we can scalp. I mean, that's what it was. It was just a very quick scalp trade. Now, I did look into using hotkeys on Thinkorswim and I was like, okay, let me try the buttons first. I feel better about trying the buttons because my eyes are on the screen. If I go to hotkeys, I'm going to have to memorize and not look down, like where I'm hitting Alt A or Shift A or whatever I decide. I think there's actually a way that you can do a 1-button hotkey. So maybe I'll do that down the line. But right now it's like, let me just kind of start easing into this different way of trading. Cause like I said, I'm used to bracket orders, a little bit more time spent thinking of like getting in and getting out. And so this is different, this is like trading a little bit differently. I did mention in the previous videos that when I first started day trading back in like November, December, I I did actually watch a lot of Ross's videos, and I did apply many of the things that he's taught, and it helped me. But I was trading and holding things like through the opening bell. I would buy it in the pre-market and I'll hold the opening, and the market was different conditions. A lot of things would go up. It wasn't like totally a no, it was a no-brainer basically back then. Now you just freaking know. So anyways, that was the one trade today. And also I thought to mention, I'm continuously learning. I'm watching Ross every day, and there was a like day trading for beginners video he put out for 2025, and he mentioned the idea of doing one trade per day as a beginner, and that's actually what I did in the beginning. And I almost think to potentially go back to that, because it will force me to only go into A+ quality setups, knowing that that's the one trade of the day. And in the past, you've watched videos on the channel, you've seen me take 2, 3, 4, 5 trades a day. And granted, I'm trading small, so really my goal with that was to just keep getting practice under the belt, because granted, take one trade a day, it's going to take a while to get some practice. So that was kind of my thinking then. But I feel like I've done enough very small, trades and having a bunch in a day that now I need to really dial in order to be able to scale. Because right now I don't feel like I'm consistently profitable yet, where I can say, yeah, let's scale. Like April was actually a negative month, not by a lot, because again, I'm trading so small. But, you don't really want to scale when your last month was negative, right? Now, granted, I think I've gone 3 for 5 of the months finished out profit-wise. But to me, you kind of have to have that last month to say, yeah, I'm good. I should scale from here. And right now, I just like not feeling that. So we're going to keep it small. I thought to mention too, Ross had this link in one of his recent videos of all these like different PDFs you could download. So I got his trading plan worksheet, and he basically just breaks it down, his profit target, pre-market requirements, stock price range, time of day, all that stuff. So I had that with me trading today. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, this was day 2, and we're up to trade number 4 now of the 20 I'm doing as this experiment of trading like Ross Cameron as best as I can. Obviously there's going to be differences in the way he trades and the way I trade, but it's more about taking the techniques and strategy that he has taught and applying that to my own trading, because like I said, I had some successes in the beginning doing what he taught. So rather than me trying to listen to a bunch of different people, this is my focus, okay? And, I appreciate the comments, like y'all are sharing, who you've helped, who's helped you, who you've learned from, what you're trading. And that's awesome. Like you find who works for you, right? Everybody's different in this regard. Some people align with Ross, and some people can't stand the guy. Like, I get it. I just happen to be one of the people that do enjoy his content and get a lot of value out of it. So, but yeah, keep sharing. Like, what did you trade today? Did you guys, in the halt, y'all saw the halt on Foxo. I was glad I didn't get into that, because it halted as soon as what was it, like 1 minute after the open. And then it did it again like 5 minutes later. So that was one of my 2 I was looking to jump into, and I'm so glad I didn't. But yeah, I'm just curious if anybody got stuck in that, because it looked like it dumped right after the halt lifted, then it went up again, then it got halted again. So hopefully you guys didn't get stuck in that one. And yeah, if you guys are in Ross's group or anything, have any comments, feel free to share down below. And if you want to get access to my day trading resources, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to make a section, Best of Ross. I'll put some of his videos that have helped me specifically in that download. And if you've already downloaded or already got access, make sure to go back and check, because I'll be updating it. That's really all I got for you guys, other than I have a Telegram group as well. I just started a free Telegram group. If you want to come join us, come hang out, Trading Tribe down below. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.